Today we're going to read My Big Shouting Day, written and illustrated by Rebecca Patterson. This is the door to Bella's bedroom, and this sign says, "Keep out, Bob." I wonder if this is Bob. Let's find out. Yesterday, I woke up and Bob was crawling around my room, licking my jewelry. So I shouted, "Get out of my room!" And that was the start of my big shouting day. This is Bella. She's still in bed surrounded by her dolls and stuffed animals. To her left, under her blanket, is a teddy bear wearing a green and pink striped shirt. To her right, there is a gray mouse and a doll with blonde hair wearing a rose-colored dress and matching earrings. On top of her covers, there are more. Here is a gray bunny wearing a yellow dress with a heart in the middle. Right next to the bunny is a small pink and blue polka-dotted sock. Next is a white duck with a red bow with one high-heel shoe. Then there's another teddy bear wearing a blue dress with red ruffles at the top and red high-heel shoes. There's also a green toy car and a small red high-heel shoe. Maybe this one belongs to the bunny. And here on the green carpet is Bob, her brother. The sign on her bedroom door says for him to keep out, but here he is going through her rings, necklaces, bracelets, and he's licking them. I probably wouldn't like that either. Then I came downstairs and I saw that egg. I cried and said, "I can't eat that." And Mommy said, "You could eat it last week. Look at Bob eating his mashed banana." After the terrible egg, I didn't like my shoes either, so I took them off, all by myself, shouting, "No shoes!" Bob is eating his mashed banana without complaining, but Bella doesn't seem to want an egg for breakfast, even though she normally eats it. Bella sure looks funny kicking off her shoes like that, but she should be careful. They could hit someone. I think Bella is just having a bad day. What about you? And then we had to go shopping, and Mommy said, "Please stop wriggling, Bella." But I couldn't stop wriggling, and in the end I shouted, "Get me out!" Mommy said, "You will give Bob an earache, and you are giving me a headache." And Bob poked me and said, "Here." Bella's mom is trying to go grocery shopping, but Bella does not want to be in the carriage. Her mom asked her to be quiet instead of being so loud. You can see from the other shoppers' faces that they don't like how loud Bella is either. At lunchtime, Sasha and her mommy came to play and to have some peanut butter and grapes and a biscuit. But my biscuit broke! Then I couldn't play nicely, and I kept saying, "No, you can't be princesses." And in the end, Sasha and her mommy went home. The girl sitting next to Bella must be Sasha. This must be her mom. Bella even has one of her teddy bears at the table for a snack too. But it's too bad that her biscuit broke. It doesn't look as nice, but it will still taste the same. Here it looks like Bella wants to be the only princess. That can be a little unfair when you're playing together. But it sounds like she was sad when Sasha had to go home. Bella really wanted to play nice, but that's difficult when she's having a big shouting day. In the afternoon, It was my ballet lesson. I said, ballet is too itchy. But I was a bit loud, and Mrs. Clark stopped playing the piano, and Miss Louisa said, dear, oh dear, perhaps you should sit in the corner then. That can happen. When you're in ballet class, you have to be quiet and concentrate. If you start shouting, then it's difficult for your classmates to follow along. On the way home, we met the lady who lives next door, and she said that Bob was the sweetest thing she'd seen all day. And then she said, and how is Bella? I was a long way behind, so I had to shout, I have a hurting foot. And Mommy said, could I please keep my voice down? And could I please stop lying on the pavements? Poor Bella, she's still shouting. Most people don't like it when you shout. Even the birds are covering their ears up. But you really shouldn't lie on the pavement. Other people are trying to walk on the sidewalk, and they might trip over you. Then Bella would have more than just a hurting foot. Then it was time for my tea and my bath, but those peas were too hot, and our bath was too cold. Well, if your food is too hot, you can always blow on it to cool it off. You definitely shouldn't throw your food. And I wouldn't like to take a cold bath either. I bet her mom came and put warm water in the bath for them. And I was too wet. And it was too minty. Well, you do get wet when you take a bath. There's not much you can do about that besides drying off after with a towel. And her toothpaste was also too minty. I wonder if it was a new toothpaste. After that, I rolled and said, no bed. No, 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 no bed. No, no. And Mommy said, well, I think someone needs to go to bed. But I rolled all over my room, and then I rolled into Bob's room, and I said, bed is for babies. And then I yawned. A little yawn. It's the end of a long day for Bella, and it looks like she's having a temper tantrum. But I think her mom's right. She probably is a little tired. Then I crawled into my room, and Mommy said, who wants a story? And I said, nobody. But she came into my room anyway, and we cuddled up and had my best story about fairies and cake. At the end of a long day, it's nice to cuddle up to your parents. I hope that Bella is starting to feel a little better. I yawned again, and I said very quietly, today was a big shouting day, Mommy. Sorry. And she kissed me goodnight and said, I know. We all have those days sometimes, but perhaps you will be more cheerful tomorrow. And I was cheerful all day long. I'm so happy that Bella only had one big shouting day. The next day she was able to play nice with Bob. They played on the trampoline with her stuffed animals. They played princesses. They had a nice bath together. And they listened to a bedtime story together. The end. Sometimes you have good days and bad days, but often when you go to sleep and wake up the next day, you feel a lot better. And her mom still loves her, even when she's having a big shouting day. That's how parents are. It was nice that Bella apologized too. That means that she knew that she was shouting a lot all day. To read other books, subscribe to this channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. This way you can always find this channel and listen to more stories. Keep reading, and until next time, on Miss Sophie's Story time.